Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, we shall discuss about Vaucheria, which is the genus of the algae, division Chrysophycophyta, class Xanthophyceae, order Vaucheriales, and the family Vaucheriaceae. The occurrence of the Vaucheria, most of them are freshwater and some are present in the brackish water on or moist soils. The structure of the Vaucheria, it is a filamentous alga. This is the singular, algae is the plural. The filaments are yellowish green, long, mostly branched and sinusoidal without cross walls. Filament increases in length by apical growth. This is the filamental structure of the Vaucheria. This is also structure of the Vaucheria. This is a thallus. This is a one filament. You can see that this is a sinusoidal type of the alga. Sinusoidal means that there is no cross walls between the filaments. Cross walls means a wall that separate one cell to the other cell within the same type of the thallus. However, this is a one type of the cell. It means that we can say that this is a one cell. This whole thallus is comprised of on a with a whole thallus. This is known as the sinusoidal. You can see that the filamentous structure of the Vaucheria is comprised of the nucleus, chloroplast, central vacuoles, oil droplets, cell wall. All these substances or structures are present within the Vaucherial structures. Rhizoids, the plant body remains attached to the substratum by heptirone. It is colorless, branched, rhizoids-like structure. The cell structure of the Vaucheria is comprised of the cell wall. This is the outermost and thin layer. Weak, therefore, forms may collapse easily. Cell wall is a thin, weak, therefore filaments may collapse easily. ये इसमें जो सेल वॉल होती है बड़ी फ्लेक्सिबल होती है, बहुत थिन होती है, ताकि जो इसकी जो फिलामेंट्स हैं वो इजीली कोलैप्स कर सकें. It consists of inner layer of the cellulose and an outer layer of the pectic substances. In Vaucheria, this is the only specialty in the cell wall that the cell membrane, cell wall is composed of the two types of the layers. The inner layer is the cellulose is composed of the cellulose, whereas outer layer is composed of the pectic substances. You know that what is the pectic substances. These are the polysaccharide type of the substances that used in generally plants to protect from the other and harsh environmental conditions. The other structural entity is the cytoplasm. The cell has thick peripheral layer of the cytoplasm. A large central vacuole is present. Vacuole is filled with the cell sap. Chloroplasts are small and discoid. क्लोरोप्लास्ट छोटे होती हैं और डिस्क की तरह होती हैं. डिस्क मीन्स छोटे flat plate like. The pigments are chlorophyll A, E, carotene and the xanthophyll. These are the types of the pigments. This is A, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll E, carotene and xanthophyll. These are all types. The pigments are the secondary metabolites that are generally reserved by the Vaucheria. This is the structure of the Vaucheria, formation of the achenids, as well as the hypnospores and the amoeba-like structures. Paranoid are absent. The reserved food material is oil droplets. Starch is absent. Nucleus, many nuclei are present. This is as we have discussed about its structure previously, that Thallus of the Vaucheria is consisted of one type of the cell, or there is no cross walls are present, or that is a sinusoid. Therefore, only one cell type. There are many nuclei are present. Nucleus is singular, nuclei are the plural. Many nuclei. It means that the Vaucherial structural body is comprised of many nuclei, and such type of the nuclei control all such type of the activities from where it lives. The reproduction of the Vaucheria by all three means is vegetative, sexual, and asexual reproduction. The vegetative reproduction it takes place by the fragmentation. The filaments are broken down into the fragments. Each fragment develops into the new plant. The asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores and the planospores. What is the zoospores? Zoospores are produced in the sporangia. The tip of the filament enlarges. The septum is formed. A single multinuclear zoospore is produced in the sporangium. Large number of the flagella develop on the sporangium. The zoospores comes out through a spore, loses its flagella, and secretes a thick wall around it. After a period of rest, it germinates through germ tubes and form the filaments and hepteron. This is the zoosporangium from where the zoospores are produced. There are many nuclei as present. The zoospores are generally produced at the tip of the cells, the tentacles of the cell, just like that of the amoeba. The different tentacles of the amoeba are related to the vaucheral thallus structures, and each tentacles are each pseudopodia-like structures further extend to produce the zoospores. This is the one example. This is a tip of the production of the zoospores. In the second stage, the flagellated zoospores are produced. Then flagella are removed or disappears, and when disappears flagella, the zoospores develop a thick wall around it, and when favorable conditions occurred, such type of the zoospores germinate to produce the new cells-like structures. This is the germinating zoospore. This is the filamental structures that develop into the new thallus. The planospores, these are produced in terrestrial forms. A septum is formed at the tip of the lateral branch. इसको आपने याद रखना है कि प्लानोस्पोर जो है ये कंडीशंस में प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. इसमें आप जैसा कि देख रहे हैं कि they are produced in terrestrial forms under the adverse environmental conditions. use conditions में जो है ना वो प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. A septum is formed at the tip of the lateral branch. It acts as a planosporangium. The protoplast of the planosporangium is transformed into non-motile planospores. The direct development of planospore germinate to form the new plant directly. Indirect development usually takes place in dry conditions. The contents of the planospores are divided into many parts. Each part develops into hypnospores. This stage of the Vaucheria is called the Gangrosira stage and it resembles the alga Gangrosira. The hypnospore germinate in favorable conditions to form the filament. The sexual reproduction in the Vaucheria takes place through the oogamous. The Vaucheria is the homothallic, male and female sex organs born on the same thallus. Anthridium. Anthridium, you know that. What is anthridium? This is the male sex uh, sex reproductive organ, whereas the oogonium is the female sex reproductive organ in the Vaucheria. Anthridium, these are the club shape and produced in the apex of the short branches. A club shaped means that these structures where there is a one side of the structure is globe, just like that of this, is known as the club shaped. A tip of the branch is cut off the septum formation. The contents are divided into many uninucleate parts. These uninucleate parts are the metaphor posed into the antherozoids. Each antherozoid is pear-shaped with two laterally inserted flagella. The flagella are unequal size. Antherozoids release form antheridium through apical pore. Oogonium. Oogonia are produced on the same filament and outgrowth is produced in the filament. Cytoplasm and nuclei migrate into the outgrowth. A septum cut off it from the main branch. The oogonium swells and becomes globose. The multinucleate protoplast of the oogonium is metamorphosed into the single oosphere. The rest of the nuclei are the disintegrated. Then the fertilization and germination of the spores. इसको आप just go through कर लेंगे, हम आगे चलेंगे. This is the developmental or the germinating stages of the zoospore formation as well as formation of the Vaucheria. This is the graphical representation to comprehend the study material about the Vaucheria, their occurrence, plant body, which type of the cell contents are there, how reproduction takes place. Reproduction is by vegetative, asexual, and sexual reproduction. You can easily understand by using these contents or the topics how the Vaucheria can be divided or can be read in the examination. This is the life cycle of the Vaucheria. The Vaucheria life cycle can be understood very easily as sexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Through this, the mechanism, zoospores, planospores, and haplospores are produced. Three types of the spores are the haploid. Basically, when these haploid spores germinate to produce the sexual thallus, and in case of the sexual reproduction, the antheridia and oogonia are produced, and antheridia and oogonia both are the one N. However, when both combine to produce the zygote, which is a 2N, then meiosis occurred and produces the new cells or the new thallus.